What is up, my Ningers? Oh man, that's horrible. Hey, this week I want to talk about insurance, and I know that I've talked about it before, but I think it's so important that we need to hit it again. And before we get into things, let me update you guys on the diet, the keto thing. I gotta let you know, guys. I failed this week. I cheated. I did not stay low carb. My son had a birthday party, and I had chocolate ganache cake with ice cream. Not just like a normal size slice. I could have gotten away with like a little taste and been okay, but no. I got the normal slice with the scoop of ice cream, and ended up, at that point I was like, I've already added the carbs to it, so let's finish off these fries from the other night, and there's not a whole lot of Chex Mix left, so let's end that too. But that's all right. I'm back in it. I'm back to the high protein, low carb, so it won't be long. I'm at 197 now, and I think one of the things that's been holding me back is I haven't been paying attention to my calorie count. While calories aren't as important when you're on the keto diet, you still need to pay attention, because I think that's why I'm just maintaining and I'm not losing right now. I think if I pay more attention and keep my calorie counts low, then I'll be a lot better off with the weight loss. I'm hoping to hit 170 by summertime. I'd like to hit it early May, really is what I'd like to do. I have some pants I want to get into, some Levi's skinny, like 514s, I think they are. I really like the way they fit. Made me feel good. Oh, here it is. We're first weekend in February. It's almost 80 degrees today, so obviously all of these people are out enjoying the nice weather over here at the San Marcos River, Sewell Park. Somebody's doing handstands. Everybody's getting some tans. All right, I'm coming down this way because they just reopened this. I'm curious what it. Oh, that looks nice. They had it on a metal plate that went across, and you can only go one vehicle at a time. So this is kind of cool. This is real neat, especially once they get some water going through here. Insurance. I've talked about this before, and I often tell people that if you can't afford the insurance, then you can't afford the bike. And every so often somebody will say, I can afford the bike, but the insurance is just too higher than what I want to pay. And to that I'm like, you can't afford the insurance, you can't afford the bike. And here's the example I'm going to use. Let's say you buy a $9,000 bike. Say you pay in cash, you pay it all at once, no payments or whatever. So you got a $9,000 bike, and you don't get the insurance because you feel like it's much too high. Look, I'm just going to do a circle because it's much too high for what say it's a third of what you pay for the bike. So your bike's $9,000, and you end up with $3,000 a year on the bike. That's just an example. So in 3 years you could buy a whole new bike, another bike. So you just go with the bare minimum, the liability insurance, which is fine because that's going to cover any damage that you do with your bike. It doesn't cover any damage to the bike or to yourself within the limits. It's all the individual policies and whatnot. So the idea is you pay as little insurance as possible, but if you get into an accident, whether it's your fault or not, you're probably not going to have that bike back, because your insurance only covers the damage you do to other people's cars and other people's medical. And if you're in a bike and car accident, the car is not going to get that much damage. Like your insurance is going to pay for their door, basically, maybe some maybe, I don't know if anybody gets hurt, usually not in a car. So that's liability. But if your bike gets stolen and you don't have full coverage, then you get nothing. That $9,000 you spent on the bike is gone. I mean, if you're not planning on having a bike for more than 3 years, then yeah, that insurance is too expensive. But I look at it as like, I'm going to have this bike for as long as I can have this bike. And I want it to cover any and everything that could possibly happen. So if it gets stolen, then I'm out $9,000. I don't get that back. But if it's stolen and I have full coverage insurance, I get that back. Oh, the unicycles.
That is actually 4 minutes, 7 seconds for a 28 sport. Cup of coverage.
It's a 2-score game, folks.
It's a 2-score game, but it's still double the score.
Paula puts his foot to it.
Wow.
Wobbles through the air into the sideline.
Insurance is worth it. You don't think that you're going to get into an accident. You don't think your bike is going to get stolen. But these things happen. These things happen all the time. And the reason that bike insurance can be so expensive is because these things do happen all the time. So yeah, insurance isn't cheap, especially if you're a young man, unmarried, no kids, live in an apartment. Like, your insurance is going to be high, and if you're driving a sport bike, it's going to be high. Just that's the way it is. Sport bikes are the ones that get stolen most often. Sport bikes are the ones that get, run aggressively. People don't buy sport bikes to tool around town. People buy sport bikes because they want to go fast. And when you add speed in the street, then you get accidents, especially if you're inexperienced and you're young and you think you're invincible and all that good stuff. So that's that. So my recommendation is always get insurance. Get as much insurance as you can. And if you don't like what the insurance is for the bike that you're getting, then get a different bike. If you love riding so much, then you will get a different bike for an insurance that you can afford.